Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully, my internet is better today. This is Lauren with Neptune Moons. I am a screenwriter and producer. I am a light worker. I read tarot and astrology. I'm a clairsentient empath. And I usually riff about spiritual topics on here, although they aren't always spiritual, but that's what this platform wants, right? This community wants. Give you what you want, huh? Um, Today, I'm going to be talking about timelines and how psychics read the future. I've talked about this on my page before. You can go through my coffee vlog morning moons playlist and try to find things on timelines. I am not going to link it today. Sorry, but no. So I wanted to give you a visual representation of what I mean. So basically, when we talk about timelines, I think there is a lack of understanding about what psychics are tapping into. And I have said it a lot of times, but there are many different possibilities in the future. You can go in many different directions. The future is not set in stone. What psychics read is an energetic read on what you've been feeding into that timeline, right? So, for some of you who have heard this like time and time again, I hope you don't get annoyed by it. I'm just trying to give something digestible for the newcomers, okay? So, whatever energy you're feeding onto the timeline is going to be the likely outcome, right? So if you are, wanting a new job and you're focusing really hard on getting a new job, then you're feeding energy into that timeline. Whereas if you focus all your energy into, I don't know, being broke and not being able to get a job, then you'll just get more of that, right? So without further ado, let me show you what I'm talking about. So if we look at these lines, each line is a different possibility, right? So let's just say having your crush ask you out, right? So this is the highest timeline that we can have. This is your crush asks you out and it's reciprocated, right? And you fall in love and have babies and all of that. This is a timeline that is your crush doesn't ask you out, but you remain friends for a while, right? And then this is the timeline that is you guys don't really speak to each other and nothing's ever going to happen. And then this one is where they hate your guts, right? So with each thought, it has like a growth on this timeline, right? So if you, let's say you are this blue marker. I don't know why I got out all these markers. It's not necessary. We'll just do this. So let's say every time you have a thought, it sprouts a little leaf onto your timeline, right? So that's more growth onto your timeline. So every time you think about your crush and good feelings and falling in love and them asking you out, that feeds the timeline, right? But sometimes you think, well, maybe we'll just be friends. So that grows on the timeline, right? Or, this isn't ever going to happen. That thought crosses your mind, right? And then another thought crosses your mind where it's like, man, I am too annoying. They are never going to like me. What am I even doing, right? So we see that has made growth on that timeline, right? Now, we take your crush's energy and we have that same energy, feeding the same timelines, right? So let's say your crush likes you back. They find you attractive. They want to ask you out. They think about you all the time, right? Wish we could be together. I love this person. They are the best part of my day. But she probably only sees me as a friend, right? Or, we can't be together because we work together, right? Or she hates me. Like, why am I even trying, right? So if we look at these timelines, hold on, let me get right here. So if we look at these timelines, we can see the one with the most growth up here is the one where you guys get together and live happily ever after, right? And so the other timelines, the timelines that you fed into, you know, the second likelihood would be that you guys hate each other's guts because of that worry that you fed into that timeline, right? So sometimes when we are getting an energy read, it has to do with the collective energy that's been fed into that timeline. One really quick thing, this is going to be a quick video today, but I wanted to share something that I heard from a life coach who was, she teaches people how to manifest the life that they want. And her client asked her to help him manifest the lottery numbers. Of course, right? Everyone wants to win the lottery. I will say, if you are dead set on manifesting the lottery, I have, I don't know anyone personally who has done it, but I have seen examples of people who have won the lottery, but you have to have like the best intention, like really focused intention, meaning you have to know exactly what you're going to do with that money, and it has to be sort of for a higher purpose other than just like, I want money. But her client wanted her to help him manifest the lottery numbers, like to visualize and see which numbers he needed to choose. But his spirit guides told her that he needed to manifest a life around himself, so cultivate a sense of self to where he just knew the numbers already, right? So what the spirit guides were telling him basically is that there weren't any magical numbers that they could zoom into the future and give him to help him win the lottery. What they could give him is the confidence to know that he has picked the right numbers. That is incredible, right? So it's just a testimony to how we can feed into our reality, and we don't need that external source. Meaning, of course, if you're dealing with love, if you're dealing with a crush, like you do need that that other crush feeding energetically into that timeline. But you know what? Some people don't initially find others attractive, and then, you know, overnight it's like you're in the friend zone, and then overnight it's like, whoa, I see you in a different light. I've heard stories about that before, right? So if you're feeding into that timeline, then maybe eventually that other person will get onto that timeline. But it's just, and there are some things that are limited to us, and that you know, no matter how much we feed on to that timeline, it's just not for us. Higher power, all of that. So, you know, you really have to discern those instances, but I just wanted to give you an idea of how our realities work and how you have at least some control in that destiny, in that reality. Anyway, I'm going to jump off here. Very short video today. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.